Hello and welcome to the second part of our building series of the Gozanti Class Cruiser. So last episode we finished up the thrusters, or nearly finished up the thrusters. There's still some work to do, but you know, we have the overall structure finished. So now we have to start to build the little adjustments to really say that we finished the thrusters. So last time I noticed something felt a little bit off. So I took a look here at the end, at the down end, and I noticed that it was too short. So I made a little adjustment here, and also here on the thruster I made a little bit more round, a little bit more connective to the overall part of the thruster and the hull. So I think now we can start to build the first turret, or maybe even the first two turrets, because we have one on the top side and one on the down side. So I have to figure out how to do that exactly. Let me take a look at the concept art. We have to go a little bit out here and then we can go up. I think these are about 2.5 meters, so I will place 5 blocks that are going up here. Not exactly like this, because we need a little bit of an edge here that goes a little bit more out, so it looks like a little bit extended. So now we're just going to place a slab here to make it look not so blocky, and we should be fine. So I think we should do a slab here too, actually like the size of the thruster down there, because this down end here is about the same size as the thruster. So what we are going to do is to extend it here with 1 block, because at the top, down I mean, it's quite larger than on the top, so this will do fine. Now these things just fill the space like this and we should be fine. This should do it. So now we can go a little bit here to the end of the thrusters from this top side to connect it with the middle part here, or even with the thruster itself, and we have a good structure here. So let us connect this line too, or like that, and we have a solid beginning. Maybe even this side down here, because this is the most important part of it. So now that we have connected all these lines up here, you can see that we have a nice standout here from the thruster going out to the rear here, and we have this little structure here on top of it. So now we need to heighten it here a little bit. So I guess somewhere like here I would just make a second line, so we get a little bit of a ramp here. So I'm going to fill all the space, and now I'm going to equip the slabs and just connect these things so it doesn't look like a block. So now I think I will extend the length of the thruster down here all the way to the cockpit, so we have a nice long thruster, and then of course connect all this stuff here and also fill the space. So this should work as a solid thruster. Now one thing that I have seen, or that I see right now in the concept art, is that there are little tubes here at the top and the down of the thrusters, probably like cooling tubes or something. I could imagine that, so we're just going to build them real quick. So they're not really connecting, so I guess we have to take the half blocks here to not really connect them, but give a little bit of a tight space in between them. So like this should do, and of course make it a little bit longer, so like this, not like this, but wait, so rather like this. So I don't know if there's any piece to connect these and not let them look like a block. So and now, because it looks a little bit off, we are going to place at least slabs down here and here, so we get that nice look. And that should be it. That should be the cooling, I don't know, cables or whatever. But you know, they're not perfect, but they are there. So yeah, that will do. So now that we have built these cooling cables here, or whatever they are, we can continue here up with the top of it and just build it or extend it a little bit out here in the rear, so we can set up the turret on front of it like this. I'm going to fill all this spaces here like this. Oh yeah, looks really blocky, you know, but we can fix that maybe with a couple of slabs here. That does look better already. So now that we have this, we can continue with the side thrusters here, because they obviously need a lot more work. So this side line here that goes from here to the middle part is going to be a little bit more complicated, but we will start to continue building this thruster here right now, because this is one of the easier parts. And we're just going to extend these blocks here all the way to the end like this, and just going to close it up so it's a little bit covered. Wait, something's off here. I don't know what, but oh yeah, right. I missed the block up here. So now we can do it like this and like this. Yeah, that's it. So now we have it covered pretty good. So we need to get it a little bit more pointed to the ground now. So we're just going to do this. These ones end there because this is already the middle line here that goes here, and then like this and over here. So this is where this line stops already, and this will continue a little bit more out then. So place these blocks like this, and now we're going to extend this by 3 blocks, so 4 blocks. And then of course also this line here. Yeah, this will do. Maybe we can get like three lanes like this. And now we're going to round that off. Exactly like this, and also on the other side. Now we can fill the space down here. Alright, good. This is how it looks now from both sides. I noticed a little detail here. We need to build 2 slabs like this and then simply just 2 half blocks here on top. Maybe like this. That should do the trick. And now we should do the same thing on the downside here. Just like this. Now we have the problem that we need to build it exactly like it is here on top, so I need to take a little bit more looks. So yeah, sorry that I'm not speaking as much as normally right now, but I'm really focusing on doing this right, you know. Alright, I think that's it. So now we have to make this side line here. That should be about 40 meters long. So I would just go here and look what else these 20 meters are here from here. And we need 40 blocks for that. So to here the sideline should go. So I would just extend the sides out here to make a little connecting point, and erase these things again because I don't need them anymore. So like this. Now I need to kind of connect the side here with the main part, but I have to take a look at the middle of the Gozanti Class Cruiser right now. So what I have to keep in mind is that the Gozanti Class Cruiser is also a little bit thicker here on this you know, point. So I don't know how many meters I want to go to the side, but I guess about like, let me guess, 4 or 5, and also additionally 6, so maybe 11 meters. So on each side. So we need around, I'd say 10 to 12 blocks here in the way. So I'm going to go with 12 blocks on each side. So now I will just continue to build this line here on the side and make it like 6 blocks here, 6 blocks here, another 6 blocks. So I'm just guessing right now. I don't have a specific number in mind, but this looks about right. Maybe even one more here, or 6 blocks, so 3 meters. And now these sides have to be a little bit longer. So we are going to make 20 blocks here in length on both sides. I know these are more, just made a little mistake here. So now again 20 and 20 again, and then another one to close that up even here. Maybe more than 20, yes, 25, like this, and that should be about fine. It's not completely accurate, but you know, it checks out. So now we have these sides here, but what is missing is, because that's not a block edge here, we needed to make it a little bit more round. So I'm going to place a block here and place a block there, also here and there and there. So now I can probably, oh no, let me do that first for safety reasons, maybe to not lose this side here. And now we can erase this side also. Oh, okay, hopefully this is not disconnected. No, it's not. So now we can get rid of these blocks and we have the little bit more round edge. So that's what I was hoping for. So now with the slabs we have this round look, not this blocky look. I'm going to do this here everywhere on every edge, and then we're going to take a look at the final result of the sides. You know, we have to put in this darker tone here in the middle like I did here, but I'm not quite too too satisfied with the material here, so I'm going to the material tab and let me take a look if we have something more fitting here that looks like it could be more like these sidelines. So maybe this looks quite cool with these little inlines here. So I think I'm going to get rid of all of these and replace it with these blocks. So I will do this everywhere here on the whole side of it. So all these blocks right here, all these 20 blocks here. Also it is filled on the other side as well because of my reflect tool that I've turned on. As I said in the beginning, in the first part, it is very helpful to build these ships because of all the geometry. You know, without that I would have to go to the other side and see, what did I did there? Alright, I did this, and then I have to take a look if I do everything wrong, and that's just very, very nasty. Yeah, so this will do fine. It looks quite good. I actually like this kind of detail here now with these all these inlines here on these blocks. Looks pretty nice. Better than before, actually, I'd say. I don't know about you, if you see it the same, but I really do like it. And one thing that we have left out here is now that we have to change it here in the back also, because of course we haven't done this yet. So let us do that. So this should do fine. As you can see, it looks a bit more detailed in the overall siding now, and now we can go on. I don't know what I will do next. I think I'm going to complete these top wings here. So why is there a block floating around? I don't want it. So that we can close these spaces here already. Currently I'm too big of a character to fit here in this gap between these two blocks. So what I'm going to do is to use this extra place that I have here in the wings for thrusters, so I can navigate this ship correctly and have a lot of power, of course, to get this thing rolling. And of course I'm going to fix all these little mistakes that I still have here. It doesn't look nice here, even though I will not be able to see it afterwards when I'm inside of the ship. But yeah, let me do that real quick. Let me change back to my where is the block that I used before, the sci-fi armor, and let us change back to the good old color and fix these gaps here really quick, because they don't look too good, even though if I don't see it, they still give a little bit of protection. I mean, here if we're getting attacked from the side, then these blocks could be of help. And yeah, so now I will begin to fill this whole lower gap here from the wing, so we can then be able to place the thrusters on top of it. For that, of course, I re-equipped the standard blocks, so we don't have this darker tone here. Just make a quick lane here to separate it from the main body of the ship. And now we're just going to fill this space all in. Actually, let me show you a trick. We can change our building mode to this, and now we're being able to build big gaps, to fill big gaps, I mean, of course. And yeah, let us do that real quick. Doesn't take a lot of time, even though it's a big gap, and we should be finished in a couple of seconds. Alright, that's it already. We closed the gaps. We can now already run on this. So you see, if you fly, it looks quite big, but if you then stand here, you can see it's not that big anymore. And here, 3 blocks, I can still look over them, and that's because the blocks are only a half meters long. So what we're doing now is to place these little Y-wing engines from the Star Wars mod that I have downloaded. And we will start with putting the side thrusters here. So let us do it here. They don't need to be connected or anything because I'm in creative, you know. If I would play survival, alright, that was quite loud. But if I would play in survival, I would need to have more more connective pieces to the generators and stuff, but now in creative I can just place them and they are there. So what I'm going to do is to place another line of them here, but with the opposite side, so we can fly to the right and to the left. So that was quite loud. And also here and here and here. So I think 4 should be enough to power the whole ship, because we have them on the other side too. We have 8 in total. Let us do that for the opposite side as well. So now we have these engines here set up. The only engines that we need now is the engines that go up, or let the ship fly up, and of course down. So we're going to do this as well. Quite loud, isn't it? So now we need to build the thrusters that go down, and I can't do this because I'm too big. So I need to do it from here somehow, like this, and of course change the rotation of them like this. So these should do it. I think we're all ready now. Now the only thing that we need is some gyroscopes here in front, so we can actually steer the ship. And I want some here, but also after that, when we are nearly finished at the top, of course. So because I want to steer with the front part of the ship and not the rear part of the ship. That would go horribly wrong when I'm flying. So what we're going to do now is to close up this top edge here now. So I'm just going to close up these edges. We don't need to see the thrusters anymore. They're there now, they will work. And so we can just close it. You know, actually, I'm going to place some more reactors in here, so the ship got a little bit more power. So let me just place a row like this. Now we have at least some reactors to power it. And now we're going to close this whole gap here. So just these little gaps here. Alright, so now the site is done, as you can see. So you can already see the outline of the Gozanti Class Cruiser. You can already guess the right ship if you have a bit of knowledge about the Star Wars universe. So I think with that, with the closed sides here beneath and of course on the top, we're going to end part 2 here and continue with the main body in part 3. We will see us again in the third part. Till then, and have a good day.